To receive his doctorate from the University of Medicine and Dentistry, UMDNJ, now Rutgers. He then received his master's in orthodontics at Loyola in Chicago. His orthodontics practice grew to be one of the most successful in New Jersey. Roger took what he learned at home and at BC and applied it to his practice. He was known for his generosity and compassion by providing free care to the less fortunate. With the little free time Roger had, he coached girls CYO basketball and was also the girls varsity coach at Bergen High School and won a Coach of the Year award. You don't see many doctors coaching varsity sports given the professional demands on them. Roger pulled it off. Roger's a man of action. When his grandson was diagnosed with a rare bone disease, Roger's fundraising efforts led to the creation of a global advocacy group that helps patients stricken with this rare disease. I think everyone knows that Roger's passion is golf. He's awesome at it. Winning the New Jersey State Seniors Championship and other championships at world-renowned courses like Baltusrol and Pine Valley. And if you're a golfer, you know the level that Roger was playing at. Now, like Father Stephen, we had a lot of alumnus weigh in on Dr. Roger Natoon, so I'm going to share some of these things with you. It's not all good.
His grandkids.
Some of it is quite troublesome. Roger was an all-conference football player at BC and excelled at wide receiver. Some teammates claim that Roger drove out of his way in a red Chevy Impala to drive Bergen Catholic's unnamed starting quarterback to his home. Allegedly, this was a quid pro quo scheme where the BC quarterback would then go out of his way to throw Roger the ball. In exchange for immunity from prosecution, that unnamed BC quarterback, represented by Steve Bergen, confirmed the accusations were true. It was also alleged that each St. Patrick's Day, Roger's father supplied a bottle of Irish whiskey to Bergen Catholic's brother Bradley in order to inflate his son's grade point average. Shockingly, those allegations also turned out to be true, as evidenced by a sharp rise each year in Roger's third and fourth quarter GPA. It gets worse. Despite his many prestigious club championships, Roger suffered a humiliating loss at the hands of Bob Murray, class of '59, at a recent Bergen Catholic golf outing. The loss led to ugly allegations by Roger that Bob Murray not only inflated his true handicap, but also had contact with Vladimir Putin's people before the BC golf outing. Those allegations, which Bob Murray referred to as fake news, proved unfounded. I am honored to induct Dr. Roger Natoon into the BC Hall of Fame.
Are you doing it on here?
No, I don't have to. How do I do it?
I don't know how to do it.
You're lying. Video, I want you to
like to first thank my classmates from Bergen Catholic and Marge Quinn for all the work she has done in this whole organization, and the members on the nominating committee for the Hall of Fame for feeling I'm worthy of this. I am appreciative and I'm humble. My story is that I have been blessed my entire life, but I didn't realize it until I got a little older. I didn't realize, but as I look back on my life, the first thing I can think of is my first Holy Communion, walking around like this, thinking you better have those hands just right. But just hold that thought, but I wasn't thinking what I should have been thinking about. I started Bergen Catholic because my mom and dad felt it was the best school for me to go to. If it wasn't for my brother Bob, who's here, I would have gone in Bergen Catholic. Bob was a student, and I didn't know it was all sports in my life. I didn't feel like I was going to do anything but play sports, but I figured he took him, they'll take his brother, and I got in. Bergen Catholic taught me three things that were very important for my whole life. It taught me discipline, it taught me hard work pays off, and it taught me friendships. Discipline, when I arrived here, it was probably more fear, because discipline in those days was a little different than discipline today. But I can tell you I needed that. Hard work pays off. I remember Brother Lawrence, Brother Clark, Brother Walsh, Brother McKenna, all telling me I have to work harder, but Vic Liggio pulled me aside one day in the hall and he said to me, look, I've been looking at your scores and you need to be doing better, and he challenged me to make the honor roll this one year, and he hit home with me, and I worked hard and I made it. And I thought, this isn't so hard. I mean, the teachers like me better now. And the same John Mazziata taught us in sports, work hard, you'll get better. He pushed us, and that hard work stuck with me forever. Probably most important was my friendships. Living in Closter, when I lived in Closter, it was about 15 or 20 people in Closter at the time. And there weren't a lot of people to be hanging around with. When I came to Bergen Catholic, the friends I met, I think of people like Joe Mealy and Bernie Hoagland and Tom Sheridan. These people were compassionate and they had tremendous character. And you know, when you're a parent, you start to watch your kids and you realize that they start acting like their friends. They talk like them, they dress like them, they act like them. That can be good and it can be bad. But I remember thinking their body language, their getting along, their forgiveness. And then I ran into people like Jim Lucy and Eddie Armento, who I think wrote the book that Jim Valvano wrote about, Don't Give Up, Don't Ever Give Up. Those guys were like, come on guys, they were fighters. They never gave up. And then when I felt bad down the dumps, I would always go to Ted Noble. Ted could make a room light up. No matter how depressed I got, Ted would always make you smile and laugh. And I took those characteristics to college with me. And I got to college and I thought, what am I going to do with my life? And I decided I was going to become a doctor. Pretty lofty goals for someone who wasn't working that hard before. But I took those Bergen Catholic characteristics of discipline, hard work, and friendship with me through school. And I worked my fanny off studying. I'll never forget, senior year I got a letter from the University of Pennsylvania Medical School that I had been accepted. I was overwhelmed. And then I get a letter a week later from the dental school I got accepted. And I was doubly overwhelmed. And I thought, which one am I going to do? I thought it was all about me. I'm in charge here. And sure enough, I picked dentistry. Why? I have no idea. I knew I didn't want to be a doctor that had emergencies all night. I figured dentistry would be easier, which wasn't really true. I went through dental school and I got accepted to orthodontic school. And orthodontics, I found out that that's the field I wanted to go to, but you have to be at the top of your class in dental school to do that. And I thought, here we go again. So I drew on those Bergen Catholic traits of hard work, discipline, friendships all over again. And when I got finished school, I opened my office in Basking Ridge, New Jersey, and it grew. The practice was very difficult starting, a lot of debt, a lot of hard work, working, discipline, friendships, the same thing all through my life. And finally, I decided it's time to go back to Bergen Catholic to a reunion. I'll never forget, it was like 25th or 6th or 30th, I don't know which one it was, but I walked in the restaurant and John Mazziano was standing there. Now, John wasn't a real warm and fuzzy guy when you were playing for him at school. And he turned and he saw me come in and he walked over to me and he hugged me. And he said, "Roger Minto." He said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Working." I mean, I didn't know what to tell him. And he started a very cordial conversation. And he told me he's really gotten into golf. "You never play golf, do you?" And at the time, I was just starting doing the golf. I said, "Yeah, I play golf." I said, "Why don't you come to Baltusrol and play?" And he said to me, "Baltusrol's too good for me." And I said, "No, it's not. Why don't you come up, I'll get my 2 boys and we'll play golf." The day came, we had lunch, and John sat down, he said to my 2 sons, Brad and Scott, "I guess your dad told you those war stories about high school football and basketball." And they looked at it and said, "No." That's another story which I'll tell you another time. But John then did a 180. He turned around, he looked at me, he said, "You never told him anything?" I said, "No." He leaned over and he said, "Your dad had one of the best pair of hands I've ever seen." And that hit me right between the eyes. I thought to myself, my whole career is built around my hands, working with my hands. But I even thought back to First Holy Communion. And I realized my whole life, someone's been looking down on me, I've been blessed. And I then took that position to do what 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10 says, if you're gifted with something, share it with people who need that gift. So I went back to my office and I got people who were in need of orthodontics, either structurally, jaw-wise, clefts, whatever it was, and they couldn't afford it, we treated them. And then 9/11 came. We sent a letter out to patients whose parent or the breadwinner, mother or father had passed away during treatment, saying, "We're here to help each other and we're going to treat you for free." So we treated them. When 9/11 came in our area, that was a huge number. And we thought about it and I said, we got to do this. It was one of the greatest things I've ever felt I've done. And I can tell you, after that, my daughter Debbie, her second child, was born with what we call hypophosphatasia, very rare bone disease. And she was obviously very distressed, as the whole family was. And we wanted to help. There's no cure for this, so we decided, Debbie read the same book that Jim and Eddie Minto read about Never Give Up. And she challenged this thing and said, we got to go after this. So I started a golf tournament, and all my friends, many of them who were here, really stepped to the plate and really helped us. And this organization has grown not just nationwide, but globally, where Debbie tells me she gets phone calls from people in France, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany, 3 o'clock in the morning, mothers crying that I have somewhere I can go now. They're not as lost as Debbie was when she was younger. So if you read the Bergen Catholic mission statement, that has Roger Minto written all over it. Because all those factors in there have been affected my whole life. And I just want to thank all my friends that are here. And my wife Donna, my daughter Debbie, my son Brad and Scott, and all the grandkids, there's a slew of them here. Because without all of you, I would not be here tonight. Thank you very much.